All right, good morning, guys. Kind of trying something new with you guys this morning, and so here we go. We are going to be working on section 2.2. We already did some before we left for break. Just wanted to kind of go through and make sure you guys understand some of the things like standard form. Let's see if I can write pretty good with this one. So like standard, whoops, let's see where we got this. Like standard, whoa, that's way too big. Let's try this one here, and we'll go to something small, and we'll stay with yellow. So something like let's see, standard form. Oops, sorry about that, guys. Standard form. Okay, so if we're looking at standard form, what we're wanting to do is so this is like number 32. You guys just need to do the odds, but if we take number 32, we're going to do, let's see, number 32 is 2/3 y. Oops, going to get used to this, guys. 2/3 y minus 3/4 x, and that is going to be plus 1/6. So if you guys remember, the whole idea is that you need to have the x's and y's all on one side and the constant here. But they have to be in whole numbers, and we need to rearrange this so it goes x, y, constant. So let's just go ahead and get rid of the whole numbers, make this whole numbers, and that's going to be by multiplying by a fraction. So basically what we want the idea is what number can all three of these go into. So the lowest common, that's a C, multiple of, let's go back and erase that. The lowest common let's erase all this. I'm trying to erase this, guys. So the LCM of 12, so I mean the lowest common multiple of 3, 4, and 6 is going to be 12. Okay, so in other words, 12. Let's go back and I gotta learn to erase that better. That's 12. So that's our lowest common multiple. In other words, 3 can go into 12, 4 can divide into 12, and 6 can divide into 12. And so 4 times 3 is 12, 3 times 4 is 12, 2 times 6 is 12. There's no number lower than 12 that all four of these multiply to, and it's the same number. So let's go ahead and take that, and we're going to multiply. Let's go up here, and let's take a different color. Let's do that one there. And we're going to take the 12, and we're going to multiply it by this whole thing. So I'm going to take the 12 here, and I'm going to multiply it by this whole thing here. So I'm going to do 12 times 2/3 y. I'm going to do 12 times negative 3/4 x. So these numbers here, we'll go back to yellow, are going to stay the same thing. But I'm going to rearrange them. So we can see differently, because it's got to be in a certain order. So we're going to go negative 3/4 x plus 2/3 y plus 1/6. So when we have this, and this is going to equal 0, now we can multiply through. So 12 times negative 3 is going to be negative 36/4x. And then we're going to do 12 times 2, which is going to be 24/36. 3 plus 12 times 1, which is going to be 12 divided by 6, which is 0. Okay, so then I can clean this math up. So 36 divided by 4, that's a 4, is going to be negative 9x. And then that's going to be plus 24 divided by 3, which is going to be, there's a y right there. Sorry, guys. There's going to be an 8y. And that's going to be plus 2 equals 0. So, but we can't have this negative here. So I'm going to multiply this whole thing here by a negative. And so we're going to get 9x minus 8y minus 2 equals 0. And so if we're going to talk about what our a is right here. Our b is negative 8, and our c is negative 2. So that's just a quick reminder. So the biggest thing here is being able to find our lowest common multiples right there. So I know the writing is a little bit funky, but give me a few times here, guys, and I'll clean it right up. I was working with this before break, so I like this because it allows us to kind of do some different things with it. So let me slide down a little bit farther. This is why I like it, because then we can do a little bit different stuff here. Let me find my mouse. There it is. So we've got that piece, and then let's look at finding x and y intercepts. So let's look at number 40. We have number 40 here. So let's go up here. We got number 40 that I'm going to do an example for. So we've got number 40. Number 40 is 3/4 y. And it's going to be minus 2/3 x. And that's going to equal 12. We talked about it before, and again, we're finding x and y intercepts, so we need to find, we'll go over here, and we're going to say, okay, we need to find the x intercept. So if we're going to find the x intercept here, we have to say, okay, if I have the x intercept, I'm going to have an x value, which we don't know what it is, so it's x question mark. And it's always going to have a y value of 0. So if we know that, then we can take this y value and make it 0. So then we're going to get 3/4 y. Oops. Let me go back a little bit here. Oops. 3/4 times 0 minus 2/3 x equals 12. So that's going to cancel, and we're going to get negative 2/3 x equals 12. How do I solve this? We make it a ratio where we're going to do 3 times 12. So we're going to get negative 2x equals 36. So x equals, we're going to divide both sides by 2 here. I did 3 times 12 gives me 36. I need to divide by 2. And so that's going to be negative 18. So that's my x-intercept. My x-intercept is at, and if I go back up here, I'm going to, my x of question is negative 18. And this is going to be 0. And that should be a negative 18. So that's a negative 18 and 0. So that's my 1 point. All right, so let's go ahead and do the y-intercept, and I'll come over here. So now I'm going to do this in a different color here. Oops. Let's go back to yellow. We're going to do the y-intercept. intercept. So if we're going to do the y-intercept here, we're going to do the y-intercept, which is going to give us an x value of 0, but we don't know what the y value is. So we're not sure what the y value is. So that means my x is going to become 0. So we don't know what the y value is. So that's a 4, and that's a y. So 3/4 y minus 2/3 times my x value, which my x value is 0. And that is going to equal 12. So multiply by 0, that's going to disappear. And we're going to get 3/4 y equals 12. And then if we multiply, here's another way to look at it. You can multiply by the reciprocal. So y equals 12 over 1. I change that into a fraction times the reciprocal of 3/4, which is 4 over 3. Well, that's going to become y equals 48 over 3, which y equals 16. So if I come back up here, my point is going to be 0 and 16. So we have these 2 points, 16. So we have 16 here. And we have negative 18. So this is where I'm not very good. I got to be able to draw this. Okay, so we've got that one. So then we have our other color, which was pink. And we've got that one, and that one goes straight across like that. See, those are so much easier to draw. I'm going to go out. I'm going to go down to negative 18. So we'll just say that's negative 18 right here, because that's negative 18 and 0. And then I'm going to go up to, here we go. I'm going to go up to 16, which is going to be right about here. And so we're going to go up to 0 x value. Let's erase that. Let's erase that. We're going to go up to 0 and 16. And that is going to give us our other point here. And then let's just say, I wonder what I can do here. No. Let's see. Oh, there we go, right here. So let's just, whoops. Oh, I already got it right here. I'll just leave that one out there. Nope, that's not going to work. So let's just, all right, so let's just boom, put it right here. And we draw our line through the 2 points. And oops, let's just assume I could actually, wow, look at you guys are probably laughing at me. It's not very easy to do this right here. So let's just kind of try this one more time. Oh, now I erased the whole thing. So now you got a good idea. It goes right across, something like that. The line goes there. That's pretty horrible. That's actually bugging me. So I don't know how to, let's see, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. There we go. There we go. So let me try one more attempt here for you guys. And work. Why does it do that? That's what I don't get right there. Let's try not that one here. Let's try one more. I don't know why it's not working, guys. So you would draw your line roughly through those 2 points right there. Sorry for the ugliness of this one, but I'm trying this new pad out and it's not working very good. So that's how you would tackle finding your x and y intercepts and then graphing them. So don't forget to multiply through and use your x and y intercepts to graph on this particular section.